What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and a lot of you guys have been asking about a tutorial about how to intercept the ball in Madden 26. The honest answer to it is that EA developers don't really care if you intercept the ball or not, but I'm going to make it very, very simplistic for you guys. We're going to talk about the abilities that you primarily need. Just keep in mind that there will be another patch around November 20th. Also, today, Team Diamonds are dropping, so tune in to GmiasWorld on Twitch. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, IG, Facebook, whatever you want to follow me on at GmiasWorld, so you can stay in contact with what's going on. But primarily, I just want to make sure you guys understand, Lurk Artist is the best ability in the game in regards to picking the ball off. Yes, it's better than Pick Artist, okay, because it combines the Lurker with the Pick Artist, and it makes it a little bit better. Now, for the secondary defenders, I'm going to recommend that if the X Factor is available for your players, that you use mid-zone KO. We've been using it since, I think about like late September, October, and it's always been really, really good. I'm showing you the players that I use them on, use that ability on, the X Factor, so that way you can see it. You don't need a specific ability because it triggers so quickly. 2 incompletions forces it, and what happens is that also helps them to intercept the ball. Although it says knockouts, they usually go for interceptions if they're lit up. So those are the abilities that you're gonna need to focus on: mid-zone KO as an X Factor and Lurk Artist, all right? As far as some of you, that you guys are asking about, like the abilities, the attributes, what's better, attributes don't really matter other than speed. So when you get a player that's fast and he could be in front of the players or be around one of the offensive players, they're gonna more than likely have a chance to animate and intercept the ball. Spec catch being 78, catching traffic being 75, none of that really matters. All right, let's just be honest, like that, like awareness, like who cares? His catch being 87, it doesn't matter. All right, the primary focus is that your corners don't need abilities, but if they're in a position to intercept the ball, most of the time they're going to go for a swat. You can't do anything about that. But I think it really starts with your user. Your user must have Lurk Artist. Your secondary players must have mid-zone KO. Obviously, some people are going to ask, does it make sense to add, other abilities to the outside guys and see exactly what's going on as far as any other type of abilities that they can get? Maybe a cornerback can get mid-zone KO, and that might be suitable. That could be something that you could look at, but I'm going to show you the gameplay now with ranked gameplay head-to-head that explains thoroughly what you do and how to do it. Okay, now some of the players that are dropping for Team Diamonds may have OP abilities, but remember, they also have limiteds and the standard version. So some of the players don't get Lurk Artists, and unless it's a limited and stuff like that, they're putting it behind a paywall. So try to find players that I'm showing you, because these are cheap and efficient players. I do not overspend, nor will I promote overspending. If the players get the ability and they fall within the range of what you can afford, you get those players. Okay, that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. We're not concerned about it. Jeremy Chin gets Lurk Artist. That's it. Like, he's cheap. Grab him, put him on your team. That primarily works. Okay, I think this guy right here had to go walk his pet goldfish, so he quit the game. It happens. You know what I'm saying, guys? But like I said, as you can see in my videos, if I win or lose, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to teach you guys what I do. So that way, the questions keep coming in. I can show you exactly what we're doing within the gameplay itself. Again, there will be a patch. I don't know if it'll be easier or harder to then intercept the ball, but I'm going to go over the guidelines of it once we get our gameplay started within this the gameplay. We are in the playoffs. It is legend ranking right here. So, these players are, we get the search based on the player's capability. So for the most part, it's usually competitive games. So that way we can kind of show you live on the go and make sure that you understand what you're supposed to be doing during your gameplays. Now, the thing about zone versus having your user in a blitz, the only thing that changes is that you can't switch stick. All right. When do I recommend having your player in a blitz? Only when you know your opponent is geared to run the ball, so that your user can shoot straight down. All right, that's also important. Having your user on a blitz, assignment does not affect their ability to intercept the ball. I want to be clear with that, because some of you were saying, I heard that you have to have them in a zone, and no. That doesn't matter. Your user does not need to be in a zone. They can be in a blitz angle. The only thing that makes it difficult is if you like to switch stick, which I'll switch stick occasionally depending on what my opponent is doing. whether he's, doing rollouts, C routes, stuff like that, you have to, you got to switch stick sometimes. I don't make a regular habit about it like these pros, like these idiots. They run around and they're just switch sticking for no reason. I don't do all that. But if you're doing something to where I need to be there, I'll switch stick occasionally. All right. So these are the type of picks that the computer does. This pass is like, that's general. Like, nope, everybody, I just threw the ball, it was tip. The computer's going to do that. You don't need like tip drill or nothing like that. The computer will randomly do that for you. So don't buy into the hype about having tip drill or anything like that. You can see though, through the way that I center my defense, that my user is directly in the middle of the field, and I'm taking away the immediate response. If your players that you play against throw, like things like that, you have to zone your players in hooks, deep thirds. You got to put them in position to just be around the player that's, that they're trying to get the ball to. Switching on, clicking on, pressing circle or B on the Xbox, that's going to come with the way that you like to play. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're the type of player, as we just moss this guy and spin move and go for 6, yeah, this guy sucks, but we're not going to talk about that. This is the thing, right? If you're the type of player that wants a CPU to intercept the ball, you don't really have the advantage of what I'm trying to explain, okay? Because the only time that I don't click on, and I haven't clicked on since about, I guess like Madden 16 and 17 when they took away the user real feel, the computer has to do a lot of your knockouts and interceptions, but only on passes where it's not centered. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't have time. That's it. Look, and also make sure you start hit sticking, bro, because the fumbles are back in the game. But listen, let's continue to talk about what we're doing right now. Another tip pick. So these are all CPU generated interceptions. All right. The click on interceptions, the way that you time it and stuff like that, that's just tapping the button actually. The hold of the button is what's going to cause more knockouts. Now, you don't need lurk artist, but lurk artist just makes it easier. You see how I was just able to click on, but I was already on my user, but it's just easy. I just tap the button with lurk artist. If you hold it, they're going to drop the ball. So I just want to make sure you guys understand, it's not a hold. Since they've brought in like pick artists, lurk artists and stuff like that, they've taken away the ability to actually always hold it. Older Maddens, you just held the ball. You know what I'm saying? It was very, very, easy. You just held it. Now it's a tap, or in some cases, if you just hold it right before they're about to throw the ball, and it's going to be like a quick, like you see the way I'm moving around with chin? If you know that they're throwing the ball near you, you can start to hold it prior to them releasing it. All right, but you have to be very, very careful with the timing because they still will drop the ball with lurk artists. Lurk artists just makes it a lot easier to actually intercept the ball. So the first thing you're going to want to do, obviously this guy's going to rage quit. I need you to start centering your user in the middle of the field and start to get comfortable with tapping the button versus holding it. You will notice that you will drop a lot less picks and you will be going back for 6. That was not intentional to rhyme, but hopefully you got enjoyment out of it. And you learned something about the user capabilities and the X factors and what EA has done to change the game. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, hype the video, get the likes up. We are going to be touching on the defensive line next. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. Stay well, stay blessed. One love, y'all.